All right, so let me ask you something right now. We're obviously going through this pandemic and culture has really shifted from what we've known. We didn't expect 2020 to be the way it is. And I want to talk to you a little bit about like change mindset, success mindset, like staying motivated during this time, and kind of talking about what next, like what the F to do next. Like, so should we continue buying, how to approach our vision on the market, and then we'll talk about the success mindset after.
Sure. I mean, first of all, with the mindset, right? Obviously, this was a pandemic, and
Yeah.
it was a problem for a lot of people, right? But you got to stay positive, and it's actually it's actually an opportunity for people to do well. Why is it an opportunity? I mean, first off, when a lot of people are frightened, they remain stagnant, right? Giving other people who are willing to actually not be afraid and put themselves out there, it gives them an opportunity while other people are remaining stagnant, right? So take this as an opportunity to do the things that you want to do while other people are sitting back home and maybe complaining or scared or whatever the case might be.
Wait, it just reminds me, I think, was it Warren Buffett or Bill Gates? I'll tell you the quote and then you tell me if you remember it. He said something along the lines, when everyone else is greedy, be still. And when everyone else is still, be greedy.
Yeah. So when everybody is greedy, you should be scared. When everybody's scared, you should be greedy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if people are scared right now,
Right.
It's definitely an opportunity to see like, well, who's out there? Like,
Right.
what deals are out there? What can I accomplish? If you have, even if it's non-real estate related, it could be any sort of business. I mean, have people stop, marketing their product because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to get customers, right?
Right.
That gives people who are marketing their product on, Facebook and Instagram and that kind of stuff, the leg up. Like, don't be afraid. Take this as an opportunity to really, develop your business.
100%. I mean, that's what I think most economists are saying, and people who have studied history and the companies that have really emerged triumphant during after like the Great Depression were the companies that continued marketing during the Depression. They never stopped.
Yeah, it definitely don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop. You got to keep on going because listen, on top of it, eventually at some point, right, they're gonna have a vaccine.
Yeah.
And life goes on.
Yeah.
And where are you going to be, and what kind of position are you going to be like when that vaccine comes out, right? You already want to be ahead of the game. You want to have been, working on your craft.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure. So, okay, great. So now, like, let's say our mindset's positive, we're pumped, we're motivated, we want to go. Do we watch the market now, or do we buy right now?
Are you talking about the stock market, real estate market?
Oh, that's great. Wait, should we talk about both?
Whatever.
Should we do that? Okay, let's do both. I just started playing with the stock market, so I find this like very titillating. Let's do real estate first because I think it's a little bit more long term. But let's hear your thoughts on that.
Sure. I think that if somebody's ready, you can never predict the market, whether it's the real estate market or the or the stock market, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a sense of having to sit here and trying to predict things. I think that if you're ready to go and you're ready to venture off into something that you love, let's say by picking out real estate, right? Then get going on it, right? Because, the best time to have moved forward on something was yesterday and the next best time is today, right?
Right.
So I wouldn't really worry or think about, is this a good time? Is after the pandemic a good time? I really wouldn't worry about it. I would just say, let's start today, right?
Right. Is it like a good deal?
Right. Is the deal a good deal? And if a lot of people are panicking right now, you may be able to pick a property on a really for a good discount.
Right.
You just got to seek it. You got to seek it out.
Right. Okay. And what about the stock market?
So the stock market, I mean, it's
Haha.
I'm more familiar with the with the real estate, right?
Right.
But I have been involved in the stock market as well as particularly recently, right? And as of today, I think today is what, August 29th or so, right? I mean, we're at crazy all-time highs, So I
Yeah.
definitely would advise, people who have been successful, I guess, since March when we
Right.
had the crash, right? It's
Yeah.
always good to shave off a little bit of the not to be afraid of what's going on, but it's always good to shave off a little bit of profits, right?
Right.
Because if you want to make a sense of kind of everything that's going on, how the market is, a lot of people who are unemployed right now, so
Right.
clearly at some point it's not, it's only sustainable to a certain point.
Right. And I kind of want to make like one point. Like I think most of my audience are, maybe you made your money selling your tech company, you maybe made money some other way as being a professional, and now you're kind of have this time to finally invest. So I do want to make one point in terms of real estate versus stock market is that if you're going to invest in something, there's a lot to learn about it, and I would say choose one unless you're already investing in them. I would say choose one thing to learn and invest in, right? Because like let's say this person now their company is stagnant, but they're sitting on an extra, I don't know, $450,000 and bless you.
Oh, thank you.
And they want to invest next.
Sure.
But to now learn how to invest in real estate and to learn how to invest in the stock market is just, I think it's a big bite to chew.
I mean, I think that I think that there's time and there's opportunity to learn about both.
Right. Okay.
I mean, everything is hard work, but you definitely can learn about both, and especially if you want to jump into the stock market.
Right.
I think that you're playing with real money, so it's not monopoly money,
Yeah.
right?
Feels
Even
like
though
it
sometimes it
sometimes.
feels like that when you're buying
You're like,
stocks online, right? They companies like Robinhood,
Yeah.
they give
Yeah.
you credit lines,
Right.
right?
Okay.
But I think it's important that people take the opportunity. There's tons of videos on YouTube, for example, that'll teach you, because you don't want to make the same mistakes people have made along the way. When you have an opportunity, just go on YouTube and to learn about the
Yeah,
market.
I'll make some recommendations below. No, I completely agree. And also, you can always start off by like launching paper trading or these simulations where you can actually trade, but it's a simulated dashboard.
Yeah.
So you can play that way, and then if you see that you're getting the hang of it, you're able to start identifying patterns, and you know what entry to go in and where to exit. I think then you can say, okay, I feel safe now pumping some money into my account.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, stock market is definitely a good opportunity right now to make money. I know a lot of people who've made they're like, thank God for the stock market right now, like during COVID, otherwise things wouldn't be okay.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely very easy, simple rules that people need to learn about, which they can find on many YouTube videos before they enter the stock market.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is like the $1 million question. I rob you and you have nothing left besides for the shirt on your back. Mm-hmm. But then I give you $250,000. Okay? And I say, here's some money. Let's make it lower. All right, let's make it $100,000. You have $100,000. Go. How do you start over?
So I think it touches base on the very first thing we discussed about.
Passion.
Which is about what is it that you really want to do with your life, right? So your question is, well, now you have an opportunity to start all over again, right? So what is it that you want to be able to do before you die, right?
Yeah, well, besides for getting laid, what do you want to do?
So, I mean, obviously I've been spending a lot of my time right now in real estate, right? Seeking out properties. And with $100,000, you can definitely find properties out there in various states if you wanted to.
Okay.
You can buy homes out there for, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. Obviously those kind of homes are gonna, need a whole bunch of rehab.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But you can flip homes. You can start with flipping a home.
I think flipping homes before long-term holds, because long-term holds, until you get your investment and the returns, it takes a longer time And if they only had 100,000, or you're right, you want to be able to make that money grow.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you have a good eye for flipping homes, I mean that would be a quicker way than just holding on to a piece of real estate, because obviously there's only a certain amount of income that you can bring in from that property, right?
Right.
That's assuming in your example that you don't have any other part-time job or something like
nope.
that.
That's it. You get to start over, because the thing is, I noticed that people that have already built success many times already feel the abundance and the success sort of mindset, and there's less of that fear of failure or fear of success, all those stupid subconscious limiting beliefs that we have from childhood or from a partner or whatever it is that we self-impose on ourselves. We have all these limiting beliefs that we have to break through. But I think once somebody has made that first 100,000, that first million, they broke through those barriers. And then if they, God forbid, had everything taken away, I do believe that if you put that 100 grand back in their hand, they will much faster grow that into a million than somebody who has never done it before.
Yeah, so correct. You can't be fearful in anything that you do. So one tip, for example, for the stock market, right, is a lot of people, they get started right away. Maybe they had a great day, right, or in a great 2 days, and all of a sudden they're making a lot of, they're making money, and everybody think they're an expert, and then like the next day they lose all their profit, right?
Shit. Yeah.
So they become fearful after that, right?
Right.
Like, oh, this sucks. I can't make any money. I don't want to do this anymore, right? So the idea is that you can't be fearful in the things that you do. So even with stocks, right? No stock market is going to just continue to go up and up and up and up. Eventually, there's going to be downs, right? You may even start with the downs, right? So you have to understand that, and be willing to just to simply understand that that's part of the game, right? And so when the market goes down, doesn't mean that you necessarily sell. Right. You can't be afraid. Let it go down. That's fine. You know? They say, especially with companies that you believe in, you want the market to go down, because the lower it goes, the cheaper that stock becomes. And if you really believe in the company, because you've done your you've actually done your research on the company, then you want that stock to go down, so you can just keep on picking up more shares.
Sounds like a good method. There's a good book that I really enjoyed. It's called Money by Tony Robbins. It's a huge freaking book, so it's hard to get through, but he does interview a lot of incredible people, and there's a lot of really good knowledge, so I'll put that link below if you want to work through that. I think there's also a shorter version that has a workbook in it, so you can kind of work through that as well. Okay, what else should we talk about? I think that's good, right?
Sure, it's good.
I wanted to close off with something.
Well, I think you should probably
Oh, I know what I want to talk about.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna wrap it up. What were you gonna say?
Go.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming down here and talking to me about this topic. I really know that this is going to help a lot of people. And it's really very inspiring to see that you are still going and moving. You're a personal inspiration for me. And I've interviewed plenty of people in the market, and you really are an inspiration to me. So I really appreciate the time. And I kind of am wondering if anybody is curious to see what a property tour is like. And maybe people would love to see tidbits of, deals that are happening as you go through. So maybe you should open your own channel and we can do something like that. And, comment below if you'd be interested in seeing the process and how the whole thing works. And I will consider bringing the camera on the road.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Yeah, no, it sounds great. Thanks for having me on your show today. And I'd be excited to walk you and your fans through a real estate deal. Absolutely.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Ta-da!
Awesome.